Alright, what's up guys? Irish Pepper 2A. It's been a little bit since we did a video, but this weekend I came up to the 2026 Fort Frederick Market Fare. Now I did one video about this before. And this is where you find all sorts of 18th century goods, purveyors, people reenacting clothes, black powder weapons, edged weapons, knives, swords, bows and arrows, powder horns, leather, I mean, everything you can think of. So, I came out today. Let's just see what we can come up with. I brought $40 with me. I brought 40 bucks. It cost me 10 bucks to get in. So we're looking at a potential cost of $50. Let's see what we can find for the modern prepping world in an 18th century market fair. Stick with me, guys. This should be cool. Alright, these guys actually had the idea. $4 for a rain poncho. And it is certainly raining. And they're sold out. Genius. Good move. Alright guys, so we got our first score of the day at Turkey Foot Trading Forge. Got a little, what they call a burning lens. That's what they called it back in the day. It's basically a magnifying glass lens. I got the small one. This was $3. I got $37 more to spend. This is going to go, I might wrap the edges in some leather or something like that. And this is going to go on my Altoid tin, makeshift survival tin. But yeah, that's a good score. This is a strong lens. I wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't. Yeah, this is definitely a good win. All right, so let's keep exploring. Alright guys, it used to be back in the day that this whole row was just filled with vendors, but it's not as popular as it once was. But, you know, still a nice event to come out to here in Western Maryland, Fort Frederick, in every April. The Fort Frederick Market Fare. You know, you can find some stuff out here depending on what you're into, if you're a reenactor, or, you know, if you're into survival, you know, things like that. Bushcraft knives. Now, mind you, this is an artisan event, so you will be paying artisan prices. So, if you want to get a nice hand-forged knife, you're gonna pay for it. Or a nice hand-forged hatchet, tomahawk, what have you. Believe me, you are going to pay for it. But, you know, still not a bad way to spend a rainy Saturday here in Western Maryland. Alright guys, second score of the day. We got a flint striker. 10 bucks. Smiling Box Forge. Over here, I'm not disappointed with paying $10 for that. A lot of the other strikers, you could tell from some of the other vendors, were just old files that were cut. But as you can see, I'm going to try and let's see if I can get that focused in. Yeah, there's no file teeth on this. There's actually some care put into that. A little bit more work, so I don't mind paying a little bit extra. And I even, you know, the other strikers were comparably at the same price. You could still see the file marks in them. But, you know, it's not about the authenticity for me anymore. It is just about the, you know, fact that somebody didn't take a file and, you know, bend it into a crescent and sell it off as a striker, a flint striker. They actually took some time and hardened this up. So yeah, that's well worth 10 bucks. So we're at 13 bucks and we have 2 different ways to make fire right now. I will do a follow-up video on the burning lens, as long as the striker with flint and char cloth to make fire. It's always good to have options, you know, because lighters and whatnot are not going to last forever. It's good to have knowledge of primitive ways to make fire. Alright guys, so the rain scared most of the non-participants off. It's pretty barren here right now. Did have to stop over at the food court and get some of the chili, which is not bad. Container chili there, $4. So what are we at? 10, 11, 12, 13, $17. And that's gonna be the day. So we got chili, a burning lens, and a flint striker. So this is Irish Prepper 2A. We're gonna wrap up this rainy day at Fort Frederick in Western Maryland, Market Fare 2026. Thank you guys so much for watching. You all have a blessed day. Stay safe.